Welcome to Channel 626. Today we're breaking down Phineas and Ferb, Season 1, Episode 1A, The Rollercoaster. Alright, the episode starts off with Phineas and Ferb sitting under the tree in their backyard. Phineas lays out the logic for the entire series.
First thing they're gonna ask us when we get back to school is what do we do over summer?
Their mom goes to the store and puts Candace in charge conditionally.
What if a satellite falls out of orbit and crashes into the house?
If that happens, you're in charge.
Yes!
This is referenced later in the show.
You know, if that thing crashes to Earth, Candace is in charge.
And also in another episode.
Phineas, you know I'm in charge, right?
Well, isn't that just if a satellite crashes into the...
No.
Phineas isn't truthful about what they're doing.
Wait a minute, what are you doing?
Homework.
It's summer.
That's cool. You wait till the last minute then.
We get a montage of Phineas and Ferb and Perry getting supplies for their project. It's notable that Perry joins them since he is usually gone by the time the boys begin building. The items start out normal and get more and more bizarre, beginning with wooden planks, then I-beams, followed by plumbing equipment, all of which can be seen here in the construction of the coaster. And finally, they bring a flamingo and a lion, which are not seen again. However, there is a similar scene in the title sequence with Candace on the phone in that chair, but Phineas and Ferb are bringing an elephant, not a lion. Candace mentions a few important world-building facts. First, she talks about Jeremy working at Slushy Burger, which is also called Slushy Dog in other episodes.
Can you see if Jeremy is there? No, he's the cute one that works at Mr. Slushy Burger.
And importantly, she says,
I'm watching my brother and stepbrother.
the first mention of Phineas and Ferb's family relations, which are explored more throughout the season. Isabella then drops by and begins the frequent occurrence of saying,
What you doing?
Phineas establishes that Ferb doesn't talk much because...
He's more of a man of action.
And we get another first. Phineas asks,
Hey, where's Perry?
Then we cut to a very serious sequence of Perry receiving the assignment from Major Monogram, who is voiced by Jeff Swampy Marsh, one of the show's co-creators. Perry jumps on his hover vehicle and leaves his lair to the tune of his theme music, the only song we get in this episode. Also, this scene is similar to the likely concept artwork we see in the title sequence here. We see Candace walking into Superfood Stuff Mart. Mrs. Flynn says,
I seem to recall you telling me that the boys were training monkeys to juggle bicycles, and when I came home, there was a stunning lack of monkeys.
This would imply that it's currently the second day of summer, because that would have happened on the first day of summer. But in later episodes, we see that Phineas and Ferb have been doing improbable activities for years. Plus, an additional episode establishes it as the first day of summer vacation.
Back to the first day of that summer, the day they built the roller coaster.
So it's likely that Mrs. Flynn is referring to a previous year. And if you listen closely to the instrumental music playing in the background of the grocery store, you can tell that it's I'm Lindana and I Want to Have Fun from a later episode.
Mom, you gotta come home right now.
Did a satellite crash into the house?
No. You gotta see what Phineas and Ferb are doing.
We then get the first running gag where Phineas is asked,
Aren't you a little young to be a roller coaster engineer?
and he replies,
Yes I am.
It is also a bit out of character that Phineas fills out the permits in crayon and writes his letter R backwards. We zoom into Dr. D's building for the first time, but without the usual jingle. It is here we meet Dr. Doofenshmirtz for the first time, voiced by the show's other co-creator, Dan Povenmire. He starts by saying,
Benny the Platypus, what an unexpected surprise. And by unexpected, I mean completely expected!
This is another running gag that lasts a few episodes. Dr. Doofenshmirtz calls his invention
Magnetism magnifier.
which differs from his usual Innador naming convention. Some kids grab a flyer from the store, wondering if it will get them a discount. This seems strange at first that Phineas and Ferb would charge admission to the ride, but it is confirmed later when Phineas comments that they should have charged more.
We should have charged more.
Perhaps this is how they fund all their summer adventures. We first see 21 kids gathered around, including 3 of the Fireside Girls, plus Isabella, but notably missing are Baljeet and Buford. When they show the roller coaster, a bird crashes into the side of it. Perhaps it's the same bird that was there when they rode the lame roller coaster. They were so inspired by that original ride that they used the same design for the cars of their new coaster. During the corkscrew over the interstate, a similar scene can be seen as what is presumably concept artwork during the title sequence. They then wrap around Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, which is new since the building montage shows Phineas and Ferb going right past it. There, Dr. Doofenshmirtz turns on his magnetism magnifier, which pulls a 2-ton ball of tinfoil directly at them, prompting Dr. Doofenshmirtz to scream out his now famous Perry saves himself by grappling the magnet to a helicopter, which picks up the roller coaster tracks, and eventually landing in Melissa's backyard from Milo Murphy's Law, which exists in the same Phineas and Ferb universe.
It was the first day of summer. Everything seemed normal. I just finished assembling a cool science project in my backyard when suddenly... Done!
Perry ends up on the ride with the kids and is completely unfazed while the kids are screaming. While they're at Mount Rushmore, we meet Jeremy for the first time. Although he's not specifically called out by name,
Welcome to Mr. Slushy Burger. May I take your order?
he later is in the musical version.
Oh, hey, Jeremy. Oh, hey, Phineas. Anyone want any fries? No, we're good.
While they fall back to Earth, we see a scene that is similar to this likely concept art in the title sequence, except Phineas isn't holding a hot dog and his outfit is differently colored. We get Ferb's once-an-episode line of dialogue.
They're the only mammals to lay eggs.
Then Ferb burps and Phineas comments,
Oh man, I can smell the peanut butter.
That was impressive.
calling back an earlier scene where it's implied that peanut butter is being used as an adhesive or some other part of the construction material.
We're gonna need a blowtorch and some more peanut butter.
But apparently it was just Ferb's snack. And we see the giant ball of tinfoil rolling through Danville, and thus begins the longest and most legendary summer in the history of animated television. Phineas and Ferb is one of my all-time favorite shows because it inspires me to want to make the most out of every day, and I'll be watching and breaking down each of the current episodes for small details you might have missed. So stick with us, because we're gonna do them all.
Mom!
Until next time, just remember, there's no platypus controlling you.
There's no platypus controlling me. There's no platypus controlling